That intrepid steam builder slash driver, Chuck Williams, wants a data logger for his land speed record vehicle. So this will be running on the fastest steam car on the planet, hopefully pretty soon. So I decided to start with an Arduino Uno. This is what it looks like if you don't know already. And it's a very clever, handy little device. And then he and Scott Haynes came up with these ideas of using a GPS for the speed. And that sounded like a good idea. So I bought one of these GPS shields. This is the GPS right here, little thing right there. And these wires are all for connecting up to other things that I'll tell you in a bit, but they have nothing to do with the GPS. And also you can log the data onto a micro SD card. So he wants to record a couple of temperatures. So I found these things. This itty bitty shield compensates the thermocouple for the ambient temperature and spits out a digital word which I can read with the Uno. So that's pretty nice. This is the external GPS antenna. It can run on its own, but this gives a much bigger boost. And then you need a box of some kind to put it all in. And I put these connectors on, and they're kind of cheap connectors from eBay, but I retapped the connecting holes for 632 and put in the bolt or the little screws you see, and then it works real well. Let's see, then you need an SD card, and that's one of those little micro SD card. Then in addition you're going to need the pressure transducers. This is the pressure transducer Chuck is going to use. It is excited with 5 volts DC and returns 0.5 volts to 4.5 volts as the pressure goes from 0 to 1600 psi. So it's very easy to read it with a just using an analog in pin. Well, here's the final product all assembled. All your thermocouples and pressure transducers and on-off switch hook up here. On this side we have a little connector for the GPS antenna, which is right here. And also you can hook your computer up to it if you need to program it. You don't usually. This is the power for the Uno. You don't need that either. It just comes with it. And a little micro SD card goes right in where my thumb is. So if we take the top off, you see there it is. Here is the 2 thermocouple shields. The Uno is underneath. That's the GPS unit. There's the SD card. That's a backup battery. If you turn it back on where you turned it off, it gets a fix in about 5 seconds, I'd say, and it'll get like 10, 11 satellites. It's really amazing. A 9-volt battery that powers the whole thing, and it'll last probably about 3 hours. And I got a 4 gigabyte micro SD chip in there now, card, and that'd probably last 4 hours too, something like that. Maybe probably 8 hours actually. So that's it. All that's left is for Chuck to hook everything up and go faster than any steam car has ever gone before on planet Earth. So I decided to take the data logger out for a test run on my boat. And of course, the only reason for the boat is the whistle. And we just putz along on here. I've actually, in the 13th, we go steaming virtually every day since we live on the water, and have ever since I built it. But in the 13 years since I built it, we have steamed far enough to take us from Miami to Seattle and back. So when I get home, I'll take a look at what kind of data we got. I took the data, and this is the latitude and longitude, and put into Google Maps, and you can plot points, and that is our cruise around our lake, a little portion of our lake that we got with the data. This is the schematic of what I built, just you know, if anybody finds it useful. This is what the typical data out looks like, and you have to take this, you just put the SD card in your computer and download this. Then you have to put it in Excel and parse it into time and speed and pressures and temperatures and scale everything and so forth. So there's a bit of fooling around to get in the final use way you'd like to use it.